Dive into the world of flavors and delight. Every drop brings health and fuels our fight. Coffee, the ultimate treat. Podcast takes the lead, where each brew inspires and plants the seed. Now let's explore curiously with our taste buds and ears, with every delightful sip with the host. Coffee, the ultimate treat.
All right, welcome back to Coffee, the Ultimate Treat podcast. I'm Kevin, and as always, I've got Brian here with me. Today, we're diving into something that's honestly changing the way coffee brands connect with their audience, Jellypod. Brian, mate, you've been tinkering with this a bit, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, and honestly, it's kind of wild how easy it makes things. I mean, you remember when we first started this podcast, Kev? We were fumbling with mics, editing software, and spending hours just to get a 5-minute clip sounding decent. Jellypod just skips all that. You drag and drop your blog post or newsletter and boom. Studio quality podcast in minutes. No fancy gear, no audio engineering degree required.
It's a game changer, especially for small coffee businesses. I mean, back in the day, if you wanted to get your story out there, you needed a whole production team, or at the very least, a mate who knew how to work GarageBand. Now with Jellypod, you can turn your latest blog about, say, single origin beans or a new brewing method straight into a podcast episode. It's all about keeping that content flowing without burning out.
Exactly. And it's not just about speed either. The interface is super intuitive. You don't need to be a tech wizard. I'm not exactly the most patient guy with new software, but this one's actually fun to use. Plus, you can integrate stuff from URLs, PDFs, whatever you've got lying around. So if you've got a killer newsletter or a product update, you can just drop it in and let Jellypod do the heavy lifting.
And that's huge for consistency, right? We've talked before about how important it is to keep your audience engaged, like in our episode on Kickstarter coffee gadgets, where we said innovation's only as good as your ability to share it. Jellypod makes it dead simple to keep showing up for your listeners, week after week, without it feeling like a second job.
Yeah, and let's not forget the cost side. Traditional podcasting can get expensive. Mics, editing, distribution, all that. Jellypod's all in one, so you're not shelling out for a bunch of different tools. For small coffee shops or solopreneurs, that's a big deal. You can focus on your story, your brand, and let the tech handle the rest.
Spot on. And honestly, it frees up more time for what matters, like actually running your cafe or, enjoying a cuppa without stressing about your next marketing move.
So, Kev, one thing I've noticed is how Jellypod isn't just about churning out content, it's about building real authority. If you're a specialty coffee brand, you can use your podcast to share insights, talk about industry trends, or even break down complex stuff like sustainability practices. That's how you become the go-to voice in your niche.
Absolutely. It's like what we said in our episode on coffee, branding, and podcasting innovations. Storytelling and authenticity are everything. If you're consistently putting out high-quality episodes, people start to trust you. They see you as the expert, not just another business trying to sell them beans. And with Jellypod, you can pull in info from all sorts of sources, URLs, PDFs, you name it, so your content's always fresh and relevant.
Yeah, and you can even use it for customer education. Say you've got a new single origin roast, or you're rolling out a sustainability initiative. Instead of a boring FAQ, you can make a quick podcast episode explaining what makes it special, how to brew it, or why it matters. It's way more engaging, and it helps your customers actually understand and appreciate what you're doing.
And don't forget the custom AI hosts. I mean, you can literally clone your own voice or create a host that matches your brand's vibe. That's next level personalization. It's not just a generic robot reading your script. It's your story, your way. That kind of authenticity is what builds loyalty. People want to hear from real folks, or at least voices that feel real, you know?
Totally. And it's not just about sounding good, it's about being consistent. If you're always showing up with valuable insights, people start to rely on you. They'll come back for your take on the latest coffee trend or brewing hack. That's how you build a loyal following. And honestly, that's what sets the best brands apart.
Yeah, and it's a bit like what we talked about in our episode on building connections and sustainability. Being a thought leader isn't about shouting the loudest. It's about sharing what you know and helping others grow. Jellypod just makes it easier to do that, without all the technical headaches.
All right, so let's talk about reach. Because honestly, what's the point of making great content if no one hears it? Jellypod's got this seamless distribution thing. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, RSS feeds, all the big ones. You make your episode, hit publish, and it's everywhere. No more uploading to 5 different platforms and hoping for the best.
Yeah, and that's massive for specialty coffee brands. You're not just talking to your regulars anymore, you're reaching folks who might never set foot in your cafe, but who love what you stand for. It's like suddenly your story's out there for the world, not just your local community. And with podcasts being so accessible, people can tune in while they're commuting, working out, or, making their morning brew.
And the emotional connection is real. Audio's got this way of making people feel like they know you, even if they've never met you. That's something we've seen in our own journey, right? Listeners send us messages saying they feel like they're part of the conversation. That's gold for building loyalty and turning casual listeners into true fans.
Couldn't agree more. And the best part is it's all scalable. Whether you're a one-person show or you've got a team, Jellypod grows with you. You can start small, see what works, and then ramp up as your audience grows. Plus, it's cost-effective, so you're not breaking the bank just to get your voice out there.
And, we've talked a lot about innovation on this show, Kickstarter gadgets, blockchain, all that. But at the end of the day, it's about connection. Jellypod's just another tool to help coffee brands build those connections, share their story, and hopefully inspire someone to try something new.
Well said, mate. All right, that's a wrap for today's episode. If you're a coffee entrepreneur looking to up your marketing game, give Jellypod a look. We'll be back soon with more tips, stories, and maybe a few more tangents. Brian, always a pleasure chatting with you.
Same here, Kev. Thanks for listening, everyone. Enjoy that next cup, and we'll catch you next time on Coffee, the Ultimate Treat Podcast. Be sure to click the subscribe button for Coffee, the Ultimate Treat Podcast, so you can stay up to date with the latest episodes each week. Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in, it's really sweet. Your ears too were quite the treat. Sipping knowledge in every beat. We hope you found it hard to retreat. Community bonds we hold so tight in the dark roast of morning light. Gathering stories brave and bold. Every listener pure gold. Thank you from the host. Coffee, the ultimate treat.